Hi guys, I'm back. This is part 2 of my Ginger Alden video. So it's Ginger Alden versus Lisa Marie Presley. I fully support Lisa Marie. I fully support this book, From Here to the Great Unknown, finished by her beautiful daughter. I fully support Riley Keough and Finian Harper. But I am a fan of Ginger. I have strong views about Ginger. Not all the views I have about Ginger will align with your views. Like, I'm 50-50 about them getting married. I feel that 9 months was quite a short relationship. I also feel that Elvis was very sick in the last couple of years of his life. He had a lot of pressure, was overworked, was definitely over-medicated. With prescription medication, but he needed to be because he was in so much pain and discomfort and couldn't sleep. So my views on Ginger are mixed, but I do have interesting views on Lisa's things that she said concerning Ginger. I stand by Lisa. Yeah, if Lisa said it, I stand by it. Now, Ginger has made a post on Facebook that I think she's removed, defending herself against Lisa's words. Okay, Lisa gives the impression that that Elvis and her were arguing, and there's a few other things concerning her niece, stuff like that. Yeah, I 100% stand with Lisa, but I understand that Ginger wants to defend herself through that post. We're going to read it out. Tonya sent it me. So we're going to read the post that she deleted off her Facebook. I'm a fan of Ginger. I've got nothing against her, but I will always be side with Lisa, because Lisa, we defend Elvis, Lisa, and the bloodline. So remember, this was a long time ago, 1977. Lisa was very young. Yeah. So we have to weigh all these factors in. Yeah. It's pretty clear that Lisa loved Linda as well. And I think you have to weigh that in. I'm a fan of Linda. I really like Linda. Yeah, she's great. She's made mistakes. Linda has said things I wish that she didn't say. But she's a massive defender of Elvis. Lisa and Ginger both are great defenders of Elvis. You have to, even people like Billy Stanley who have made mistakes in the past, they're brilliant defenders of Elvis. We have to remember this. Just like these kind of books. These kind of books. Yeah? The medical books. They defend Elvis. Even Jerry Schilling's book, to a certain degree, defends Elvis. So I won't ignore Elvis being defended. But that doesn't mean those people haven't made mistakes. The Smiths defend Elvis. Doesn't mean they haven't said things they shouldn't have done. Doesn't mean they haven't done things they shouldn't have done. The Stanleys defend Elvis. Obviously, Ricky's passed away, but doesn't mean they don't defend Elvis. Obviously, Dee Stanley, that's just, let's not even go there, because obviously we're very upset with her. So, do you know what? Some people will say that Priscilla does, because Priscilla, she'll trash Elvis, but then she'll say 10 nice things about him. So 10 nice things about Elvis, then she trashes him. You get it? So it's complicated, but I'm no fan of Priscilla. I'm going to expose Priscilla's wrongdoing. So we're going to read out that post that Tonya sent me from the YouTube channel Heavenly, just very quickly, so that people are a bit confused. So I made an announcement today that we are members only. Remember, it's only $1. That's $12 a year. YouTube take half of it. So $6 a year to watch how many videos on my channel a year? Thousands. Yeah. In case people are confused, like this video, I make it now. It's a video. I post it live. So you guys can comment, live comments. You can chat with each other. I do this every day. Every morning I make an hour video. Now, the thing that has changed is this. When we go live together, when we're interacting, and I can answer your questions live on air, you have to be a member. Yeah. And I've done this for many reasons, but the main reasons is I want to get rid of all the trolls. I want to get rid of anyone that is joining our live streams when I'm live because they don't like me, or they've got it in for me, or they want to attack me, or they want to have a go at me, or they want to ruin the chat, spoil the chat. I only want people joining my lives where I'm live with them that are genuine people that like defending Elvis, that want to be part of defending Elvis. Yeah. That want to be part of our Team Elvis family. Yeah. That want to talk to me, want to talk to Team Elvis, want to talk to Elvis fans around the world that want to join our movement of defending Elvis. And to be in that, it's $1 a month, which is nothing. I've set it at the lowest amount on purpose. I've heard loads of excuses why people can't afford $1. It's bullshit. $1 is nothing. Nothing. I'm not falling for it. So, sorry that sounds a bit cold, but come on, guys. Anybody that truly wants to be on my live streams and wants to interact with me and Team Elvis and Elvis fans around the world to defend Elvis and Lisa on the bloodline, you can afford $12 a year. Sorry, guys, but it's $1 a month. Yeah. Now, don't forget, that doesn't prevent you from joining the lives. I'm sorry, from joining the videos and commenting. It's that simple. And don't forget the lives, when they're not live, you can view them. Yeah, there's nothing stopping you watching the lives after they're live, but you won't be able to join in and have a chat with us, with Team Elves. It's that simple, guys. I don't want people telling me that they're having a heart attack or a nervous breakdown because they can't afford $1. That's not fair on me. It's a bit ridiculous, I know that sounds a bit cold, guys, but come on. I spend, I would say, 6 to 10 hours a day on this hobby. Yeah, this is a hobby for me. Yeah, if you can't afford $1 to join our live streams, sorry, I'm not going to let it wash. I won't be told off. Anyone telling me off, I will delete their comments. Yeah, I know. You got to remember, I have been attacked personally almost daily for over a year. Yeah, so I'm putting an end to that. And the way I put an end to it is I stop people joining my live streams while I'm live on air and attacking me and calling me names and ruining my conversation that I'm having with Team Elvis. We got a job to do. Our job is defending. Right. So I'm going to read out this comment. Let's get back to the Ginger Alden topic. Right. So here we are. So I'm going to read out. It's quite a long thing, and then I'm probably going to have to come back and do a part 3. Right, here we go. Okay, let's have a look. So it's Tonya sent it me from her channel, from her YouTube channel. She has a brilliant channel, by the way, guys. I'm so glad she sent this to me. Yeah, please join her channel. It's called Heavenly. Right. So this is the reaction. So basically, the bottom line is, Lisa doesn't say that much in her book. Obviously, Riley kept it in the book. Riley chose to keep that in the book. She didn't have to. She chose to put it in there. But Lisa generally gives the idea that she preferred Linda, I think, and that she could hear them arguing, Elvis and Ginger. I actually do believe that Elvis and Ginger would argue, but there's nothing wrong with that. They're a couple. All couples argue. It's completely normal. So to say that they never argued, I can't accept that. That's just, Lisa's in her rights to have people that she preferred. She was only a very young girl. Was she 9 years old? Her last memories around Ginger. I respect Lisa's wishes and her memories and what she put on those tapes. Okay, so this is from Ginger Alden. She posted this on her Facebook, but I think she has since deleted it. I think you're going to find it quite interesting. So she's offended by the things that Lisa said in her book, From Here to the Great Unknown. Hi, everyone. Of all the posts I've written, I think this was the saddest to write. So I don't think Ginger was expecting that Lisa was going to say some negative things on those tapes. Obviously, Riley kept it in the book, yeah? The book was a bestseller, guys. Riley did a brilliant job, yeah? I am going to use the word sad many times as it's the only way to best describe my feelings. Now, this is a heartfelt comment, yeah? I can't get everything in that needs to be said, but it's a start. In the summer of 1977, when Elvis passed, it was a nightmare. I felt sad for Lisa Presley, loss and pain. Sad for my own heartache and loss. Sad for my family was hurting, and sad that the hearts of the Elvis family, his friends and fans, had been broken. That's true, guys. We all missed Elvis dearly. For me, the world just didn't seem the same. I agree with that, guys. It was missing a huge piece, and I was very sad for that trauma I'd had to go through at 20 years old. So was she 20 or 21, guys? But I'm guessing she was 20 because she says that. But I was young and it wasn't easy. Of course, you know, you find someone dead, yeah, you will never forget it. I was sad about the lies that had been started and tossed out by a few after I'd moved on with my life. Now, just so we know, guys, she did do a few interviews after Elvis died I'm not comfortable with. She did make a movie that I'm not comfortable with just after Elvis died. But okay, let's keep going. You know, I speak as a fan, okay? I'd been naive about some others, and it was a lot to process at times in my search to try and understand the various lies. I was a newcomer in the Elvis life, one whom he became very protective of, as well as my family. Right, okay, and I've heard this, that Elvis, the way Elvis liked Ginger was different, maybe even infatuated with her. He kept her close by. She stayed upstairs. She didn't mingle with the others. I've heard that. This is just what I've heard, yeah? Because of that seclusion, after Elvis passed, I would go on to become an easy target, scapegoat, a deflection for a few others, an unreal person with no feelings, which is something I most certainly, with no feelings, which is something I most certainly, I'm not sure about that. I think she's saying that she's not, yeah? Now, remember, guys, I have, you know, looking at all the research we've done, it does seem that she was very unpopular, that she didn't mix with Memphis Mafia and the other people. And she was with Elvis. I've heard she wasn't always at Graceland. She didn't always go on tour. Is that true? Obviously, we all know about the Alicia Kerwin situation. We don't know if that's true or not, but which is another discussion. So, you know, I've seen Billy Smith's interview. He doesn't seem to like her or have liked her, even though he's also since done a video that says he's got nothing against her. He even said that him and Joe actually visited Ginger's family. He says that on an interview as well, and that he's got nothing against them. Okay. Now, the video I saw, which is quite an old video, he doesn't seem to like her. 30 years later, he seems to have mellowed. Yeah. I don't know, guys. You put it in the comments. Yeah. Remember, I only speak as a fan. I recently began listening to Lisa Presley's memoirs on Audible and mainly by the actress Julia Roberts. We know that Julia Roberts read it out. I stopped early on and wondered when I didn't hear Lisa directly speak what words or statements were Lisa's, and what words or statements had been added to clarify, as her daughter Riley had mentioned early on. Now, that in itself says something, doesn't it? It says we know about Lisa's tapes, but then she makes it clear Riley finished the book. And she, From Here to the Great Unknown, Riley finished the book. I think she's insinuating that Riley changed things to suit herself, to suit the narrative of the book. So she's sort of saying, was that Lisa's exact words or have they been changed? That's my take on it. Yeah. Which I think is a bit of an insult to Riley. Now, remember, I fully support Riley Q. Yeah, I fully support. Elvis would want us to support Riley Q and to support his daughter, Lisa Marie. 100%. Right. So remember, this has upset a lot of people. I know there's quite a few researchers that are very upset, Elvis researchers, that are very upset with this post because they say that it demeans Lisa Marie and Riley. Right. So I'm trying to discuss it and be open-minded so we can all put our own views on it. Whatever you feel about this comment, guys, leave it in the comments so we can discuss it on another part on a different video. Okay. I will post this video so we can live comment on it as well. Okay. Lisa, and let's have a look. So I'll just say that bit again because I think it's important. What words or statements were Lisa's and what words and statements have been added for clarity as her daughter Riley had mentioned early on? At Gracelands, when Lisa visited, she played outside a great deal or downstairs while I was upstairs with her father. She would pop in and out of his bedroom, usually, but rush right back down, ride on a gifted go-kart that she loves. I'm not sure why she says gifted. I'm not sure about that. Because it was a present? I don't know. We got along very well. I always wish we could have reconnected later in life, as I was sure that she had to have some questions. I left the ball in her court. All right, so that tells me that they never did reconnect. Is that true? You would have thought Lisa would have been interested to ask her some questions. I see that point. This is a long comment, guys. It keeps jumping up, but let's have a look. When I wrote my memoir, Elvis and Ginger, in 2014, so she sort of went quiet for about 30 years, didn't she, guys? And then she comes out with the book, which it's a nice book. I enjoy this book. Yeah, it's a lovely read. Generally, it defends Elvis. It's an upbeat, positive book. Ginger has always been an Elvis defender. She speaks very positively about Elvis, especially at the last year of his life, saying that the last 9 months of his life, saying that he was quite optimistic and looking forward to the tour and looking forward to the future, wanted to get married, have a child. Yeah, I love it when people will defend Elvis. Yeah, especially his last girlfriend. So when I wrote my memoir, Elvis and Ginger, in 2014, I hoped she would read it. With so much garbage tossed out in the Elvis world, I was concerned what she could have read or been told over the many years. If it had been me, I would have wanted to read it. I was sad to hear about her struggles with substance abuse. Now, I wish that she didn't even mention that, because I actually think the conversation or the comment takes a downward turn by bringing up that. It's almost like a little bit of a dig. That's how I see it. Yeah? It's almost like she's saying to the world, oh, look what's happened. Oh, don't forget, she had a problem with substance abuse. That's just how I see it. Yeah, I'm just being honest, guys. Throughout the years, when her son passed away, it was hard to imagine what she was going through, especially having a son myself. 100%, guys. It's horrific. Come on, she never recovered from Benjamin passing. As I continued listening to Lisa's memoir, my niece and I were mentioned. Lisa spoke about being a wild child, crashing golf carts head-on, tearing up the yard around Grayson. Yet, when riding on the back of the niece's mini bike, my niece was referred to as a bit of a troublemaker. She wasn't. I can see that it bothers Ginger that she referred to her niece as a troublemaker. I don't see the big deal. Kids are troublemakers, aren't they? I was a troublemaker. All the kids I know are troublemakers. So, you know, I don't think Lisa was having a dig at your niece. I think it's just almost a passing comment. My niece has never spoken about things or said an unkind word about Lisa. I don't think it was unkind. I just think it was, yeah, we were naughty. It was fun being a kid. I didn't quite understand the reference, but thought maybe Lisa was referring to Elvis having been worried as they had accidentally hit something and she had burned her leg. 100% Elvis would have been gutted that she burnt her leg. 100%. As a father, I'd be the same. Yeah. But I do think you've taken that a bit too personally, the thing with the niece. I don't think Lisa meant anything by that. I'm just speaking as a fan. The little girl I remembered with affection, who had written a couple of loving notes to me, who I had ridden 3-wheelers and golf carts with, taken to Liberty Land McDonald's, and shared some good times with at my home, was gone. She'd been replaced. There was now darkness. Okay? I heard myself being removed, replaced at times, a confused Liberty Land story, and the fabrication about Eve's dropped phone calls arguing, me speaking unkindly to her dad, and him squealing off in his car, and more than once, I guess supposedly racing to my house, a few derogatory remarks were said. I stopped the audible and had to step away, realizing my previous concerns had been correct. I was extremely hurt. I don't mean because the truth hurts. Kind of hurt. It was the hurt that comes from knowing the truth and hearing something that you can't understand. For anyone to ever say that I said unkind words to my fiance, it was disappointing and insulting, and yet here I am suddenly portrayed as playing him hard in a created phone calls with what 9-year-old thinks like that. Now, I just want to say, guys, I don't like that. She is outright calling Lisa a liar. She is. I personally don't think Lisa's lying. I think, so what if they argued? If Lisa's pointing out that they argued, it's not a big deal. That, you know, it's not, you know, Ginger Aldrin, if you watch my show, it's okay that you may have had a few disagreements, a few arguments. Even if Elvis had a bit of a strong words with you and he screeched off, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. I wouldn't say that Lisa saying that you sometimes argued, had a crossword or screeched off in his car, or that your niece was a bit of a troublemaker as a teenager or as a child. You're taking it too personally. You're taking it too personally. I don't think it's that big a deal. Yeah, I like you, Ginger. I think you're a great defender of Elvis. I think you're a decent person. I think you're a good-hearted, kind person. Elvis clearly liked you. To get engaged with you, he clearly liked you. Yeah, maybe even loved you. I personally think that this comes across where you're sort of going against Lisa. You're angry at Lisa. I can see you're disappointed in her, but I can also see that you're letting it bother you, almost overreacting to what you've read. Okay, come on, you argued. Everybody argues. It's okay. I argue with my wife every day. It's not a big deal. Kids are naughty. So what if she called the niece naughty, a bit of a troublemaker? So what? Yeah, just an opinion as a fan, my friend. Right. Last, an unjust image about my appearance. The day Elvis passed, something started years back by certain individuals that spread for negative purposes. Here repeated, I wrote an honest account of my time with Elvis and what happened behind closed doors, things unbeknownst to others. I tried to help Elvis, something I am extremely proud of. I guess you could call those times disagreements. There we are. That's a partial admittance that you argued, and it's okay that you argued. Call it disagreements if you want. It's up to you. But I never once argued with him on the phone or in person. Well, come on. Even if you did, so what? So what? You're a couple. You're a relationship. Couples argue. Elvis was a strong-minded person, but I never once argued with him on the phone or in person as much as I loved Elvis, I was a little afraid of him. I think you probably did argue sometimes. It's not a big deal. But saying you're a little afraid of him, it's a bit cruel. It's a bit cruel. I don't think the fans are going to like that. When you say I'm afraid, do you mean intimidated by him? You know, it's a difficult one, guys. When you're saying afraid, it really does send out a bad message to the Elvis fans. To anybody reading this, they'd find that uncomfortable, you saying you were afraid of Elvis. Honestly, guys, this is just a fan talking, yeah? Right, let's have a look. I thought he, let's have a look. Not that, let's have a look. Not that I thought he would ever truly hurt me. Come on, Elvis never ever hurt a girl. Yeah, I've heard bullshit stories. Elvis didn't hurt women. He was just a powerhouse. I was young, and yelling and arguing is not my nature. I don't think they were saying you were yelling and arguing, like screaming your head off. And I agree, it's not in your nature. You seem very kind, very soft natured. I don't think you have to use the word yelling and arguing. Maybe Lisa did. You know, to a little child, it probably seems exaggerated. Yeah. There was so much unknown speculation upon and misunderstood that an unjust label was created in regard to Elvis and my relationship. It became tumultuous, one spreading by a select few. Okay. Yeah. That, you know, I could tell Memphis Mafia, you know, other people, but yeah. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I do think you've been unfairly treated because you didn't fit in with the in crowd around Memphis. Yeah. In that little world. I think Linda was missed by the Memphis Mafia and others. Yeah. So I get that. I do understand your point. In my loving and trying to help Elvis made my relationship tumultuous, then I'll probably take tumultuous. I don't know if I will finish Audible. Not sure if there is any reason for me to, but I will say without reservation that I strongly feel that the years of what Lisa went through, her substance struggles. See, I don't like it. It's a low blow. When you bring up the substance struggles, it's a bit of a low blow. Yeah. Everyone around Elvis was bloody struggling with substance. Things previously read and the people she was around, the combination of all played a huge part in some confusion or fogginess, and the choice with some content for my time frame that makes me sad again after 47 years. I have to deal with a lot of times being put under the microscope because of Elvis and my engagement and his popularity. I have often been asked if I would do it over again, go to Graceland's that first night in 1976. My answer is absolutely yes. I was blessed to have shared part of Elvis's life and loved and been loved by him, and I still have fond memories and affection for the 9-year-old girl I remembered. I do hope to get a new book out in the future. Even that, come on. Oh, come on. Why do we have to push the book, promote the book? You know, oh yeah, I'm bringing out a book. I don't like that. To discuss some people and things not written about in my memoir, and I kept my focus on Elvis and me. And I don't look at myself as a victim in the Elvis world, but a proud survivor of it. For as rewarding and nutty and cruel as that world has been, the Elvis world is pretty cruel. Why am I not in therapy yet? I don't know. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I've said it before and I will say it again. God, Elvis, and the truth have always kept me going, and they always will. Okay. A very heartfelt comment, probably very difficult to write. I understand why she deleted it. Yeah. There was a backlash from that. I've had a lot of people message me upset with that comment. Yeah. I want to be fair to Ginger. So Ginger, in case you watch this, I like you. I think you're a genuine, lovely person with a good heart. You mean well. I don't think you worded that comment in a way that will make fans happy. I think that will upset fans. I think the people that are real fans of Ginger Alden, like that really support Ginger and 100% have bought into the fact that Elvis and Ginger Hunt would have got married at Christmas, that love Ginger, that go to her shows and to her personal appearances. I think you're going to be on Ginger's side through that comment and probably side against Lisa, because that comment does encourage people to go against Lisa and side with Ginger. Now, this is the problem we've had on our YouTube channel. There's an argument happening right now as we speak. I wonder if I can get it up. Yeah, so I've got it up here on the screen with someone called Jesse Doug Nesses, who is obviously hell-bent on supporting Ginger and going against Lisa. Some of the things that Jesse Doug Nesses has said is pretty degrading for Lisa and degrading for Riley as well. She basically said, the comments here are basically saying things like, well, come on, yeah, it was Lisa's book, but it wasn't finished by Lisa, so it doesn't really count. Riley finished it, which was never the intention. If you're a Ginger fan, a die-hard Ginger fan, you will agree with everything Ginger said. If you're like me, who I'm a fan of both, but my loyalties are with Lisa Marie, you will pick holes in that comment. You will think, some of those things didn't need to be said, were a bit unfair to Lisa. I also can see from Ginger's point of view, she's very defensive. She's trying to defend, is it her niece? She doesn't like the fact that it's been portrayed that her and Elvis were sort of yelling, screaming at each other as Elvis screeched off down the road. But the truth is, it's probably likely they did have arguments. She calls it disagreements. They had arguments, guys. Come on, all couples argue. Don't take it so personally. It's okay that Lisa said that you argued. Lisa probably did miss Linda and prefer Linda. Don't take it personally. The Memphis Mafia probably didn't like a newbie coming along. One of the things that are said is that you would report back to Elvis about things they were up to. And I think that is said in some of your interviews that you and Elvis would discuss their behavior. In your early interviews, you did say the people around Elvis may not have been good for him. Yeah, you do say that. And you're probably right. The people around Elvis leading up to his death probably weren't good for him, were they? So I'm on both sides of the fence, but I will lean towards Lisa's because I have loyalty to Lisa, because I defend Elvis, Lisa and the bloodline. But I also do want to be fair and see your point of view, Ginger. I like your book. I recommend your book. I think you're a brilliant defender of Elvis. I think you've been very kind to Elvis. You go out of your way to defend Elvis, to show the world that Elvis has been unfairly portrayed for decades. Yeah, by even by his own friends and family, by his ex-wife. There's many people that have trashed Elvis that shouldn't have done. There's many people that have trashed Elvis that did it for money. Yeah, everyone makes money out of Elvis. Now, if you're making money from Elvis, but it's to say good things about him, and I think 99% of this book is pretty kind to Elvis, isn't it? You know, it's like Billy Stanley's book. It's a very kind book. He's making money, but it's a good book. It shows the Christian side of Elvis. Elvis comes through this book, The Faith of Elvis, that Billy Stanley wrote. You feel Elvis's spirit come through this book. It's a very Christian book, very perfect book. I love this book. So it's okay to make money out of Elvis if it's done in a good way. So I do feel that Lisa Marie wanted to get the truth out there and discuss many things in the book From Here to the Great Unknown that are uncomfortable, that needed to be said. I think in her own way, she wanted to defend herself. I think the reason that Riley really made it a priority to finish that book is because she loves her mum, for a start. She wants the truth out there for her mum. Riley could have left out many things. She didn't. She kept it included. you know, the alleged sexual abuse from Michael Edwards, the actor, the model. Yeah. Riley wanted that kept in the book. Lisa put it on the tapes. She wanted the world to know the truth. Maybe she wanted justice. Maybe she wants Michael Edwards arrested and questioned. We want justice for Lisa Marie. We don't feel justice has been done. We want justice for Lisa Marie, don't we? But it is all alleged. Everything I say in this whole video, which I will post so you can live comment on it, it's for entertainment purposes, just opinions, just hearsay, just a chat, discussions, opinions, you know. So, Ginger, I don't want to upset you. I respect you. I actually think you're a lovely person. I'm not convinced that Elvis would have gone ahead with the marriage, but what do I know? I wasn't there. I'm just a fan. I always come at this as a fan, not a researcher. I'm just a fan. Luckily, I do have people that join me so we can discuss things. I feel very lucky that we have Team Elvis. So just very briefly, there was an argument on our YouTube channel. There's someone called Jesse who's, I think, saying some very unkind things about Lisa. I don't like what he's saying. We've got Nessa, who is a fantastic Facebook Elvis and Lisa defender. Please join Nessa's Facebook page. And she's in there defending Elvis and Lisa and Riley, which I like. So I just, the comments that we're getting from Jesse concerning Lisa and Riley are just not very nice. You know, I just, some fans are just against anyone except for Elvis. Elvis is like top of the tree. Anyone else is a letdown. Those kind of Elvis fans, I'm very disappointed with. Yeah. Elvis would want us to support his grandkids and his daughter. Lisa Marie would want us to support her children. Of course she would. So I'm just going to see if I can read a couple of these comments before I go, guys. So yeah, just silly things like Lisa wasn't around on tour dates and she was a little brat and that she, I just don't like it. It's just uncomfortable to read, guys. So, you know, guys, come on. This is Elvis's grandkids. This is Lisa's children. Just, I'm not happy with it. Go and read it for yourself, guys. It's on the video. Let me see if I can tell you the video. The video is called Ginger Alden and Lisa Marie Presley, The Dark Truth. Go and read it for yourself, guys. I gotta go. Take care. Please comment. The more comments, the better on this, guys. I really want to understand how you feel about Ginger. Whether you're a Lisa Marie fan or a Ginger fan or both, be honest with me. Be honest in the comments. We're going to go live now. We're going to post this video live so you can comment live with this video. Thanks a lot, guys. This has been very interesting. And I have nothing against Ginger. I have nothing. I love Lisa Marie, of course. Ginger Alden, I have nothing against you. Okay? Right, here goes.